Also, they have mandatory just get out of the RV time because we have to tell a secret to each other. Next question.
We have had just kind of a few questions streaming in here and there, and we try to answer them,
hundreds
personally.
of questions in our
not
DMs.
hundreds.
Oh, we can't keep up.
We thought it would be fun to just do a video.
Took a lot of the questions, some of our favorites, and then some of the repeated questions.
First question.
You gotta say question number 1.
Question number 1.
Do not scream.
Question number 1.
You can scream, I guess.
I just so glad I can't help it.
I know, I love it.
Do we grill a lot? Why don't you answer that for us?
Fun fact, I just recently, within the past few months, realized I thought charcoal was actual coal. Like, miners go into it, and that's what you cook with. But I learned it's wood. Did you know that charcoal is wood? I didn't know that. This new adventure that we're on, people are like, oh, your kids are learning so many things. But we are learning so many things too, as
that is true.
Full-grown adults. Mm-hmm. So no, we don't grill a lot.
Okay, what was the camping app you mentioned? I use a whole lot of apps, but I'm going to list them, and we can even maybe put them in the, like on the video and in the description and stuff.
I got you.
Alright, these are in no particular order. Campendium, All Stays, Boondockers Welcome, Copilot GPS, RV Trip Wizard, and Road Trippers.
Question number 3.
Okay, number 3. Do y'all ever feel guilty leaving family?
Guilty.
Guilty.
I don't think I've felt guilty for leaving family and friends. That's probably been one of the biggest challenges for me on and off. Is just like missing like our normal like community of family and friends back where we used to live, stationary lives. But use of technology has helped with that. So the kids have FaceTime with friends and.
So my answer is absolutely not.
I was trying to sugarcoat that bad boy.
I think because we're able to FaceTime when we want to FaceTime. If they want to FaceTime us, they can FaceTime us. Same with us. When we're there, like for extended periods of time. So when we go visit our friends, we might spend the night and hang out for a few days. And the same with my parents. We'll stay. So I feel like the time when we get there, we have amazing quality time. So
no guilt.
No guilt. Question number 4. Do you plan to homeschool indefinitely? That's kind of a loaded question, especially with COVID now. So
everybody's planning to homeschool.
Sounds like it.
Not everybody, but more people than usual.
For Rhodes, the answer is more than likely yes. If you have followed us and you know our journey with Rhodes, you know that he got kicked out of preschool twice. So
straight gangster.
I think that homeschool will probably be way better for him than regular school. Trinity loves to be with people and she loves to be with her friends. So if we do live a stationary life again and she chooses to go back to school, then she's welcome to choose that. And Kanan, who knows? He's 2. He doesn't know blue from red.
Yeah.
Question number 4.
Question number 5.
5?
Yeah.
Okay. How has COVID affected your career, and what's some advice you have for aspiring musicians during COVID?
I think like most people who are making a living primarily from playing music live, COVID has affected it drastically because for the longest time, and even now in a lot of areas, you just can't play live anymore, at least to many people, which I usually play in front of a lot of people. Dozens, if there's a restaurant involved and they're already going to be there. The weddings that I had booked, they either, or almost had booked, either decided not to, or weddings I did have booked, they postponed until next year, which is totally fine, but it does put a little wrinkle in the finances sometimes. But as far as advice I would give, keep practicing, even in your home by yourself, just so when they do release us back to the public, we're not terrible. I've done this a few times. I've seen tons of other musicians utilizing technology and live streams, Facebook, Instagram. So I did that a few times and just been like, hey, you can tip through Venmo and PayPal. Even right now, you can tip me through Venmo and PayPal. I'll put the address right here. But yeah, so that's a couple pieces of advice. Practice so you can stay good. Try to utilize technology as much as possible. Question number 7.
What have you learned from all the traveling?
Things can change really fast. Things can go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Viruses can happen. Pandemics happen. I easily get stressed, and I carry stress and anxiety pretty heavily. So I'm in the process of learning to get better about things that are out of our control, that we can't change, and
Internet.
not getting... Yeah.
Internet speed.
Internet's frustrating here, so there's no telling when you'll see this video on how long it'll take to upload.
It'll take like 14 days to
It makes me want to throw my phone and our little internet box across the room and shatter it into a million pieces. Next question.
Why did you start RV life?
In a nutshell, we just had like a 4 to 6 month span of just crazy
crappy.
stuff. Yeah.
Really crappy life stuff.
So Ashley was diagnosed with cancer. She's 100% cancer free now. I had some stuff with my job and career and music and things and how I thought it was going to go, and it didn't go.
Work out.
And then my mom died, all within that short amount of time. So it just kind of was an eye-opener that time is short. Yeah, and we want to just start living it better, have more memories and less stuff. So
Yeah.
that's it in a nutshell on why we started.
How do mom and dad have grown-up time?
What does that mean?
And this was like a question that several different people asked, and they're like, if you don't want to answer, you don't have to, but I'm
But
always
we want
wondering.
to. We have doors.
Yeah. Kids sleep. We have white noise.
Yeah, that's the key. That's
White
a big
noise. And our
game
kids,
changer.
when they were babies, we started with white noise, so it's
we knew.
We definitely didn't know, but it does help. I mean, it helps them sleep, and it just helps drown out.
And also they have mandatory just get out of the RV time, because we have to tell a secret to each other. Next question.
How often do you make food in the RV versus going out to eat?
Your specialty?
We eat in the RV like 90% of the time. So we might go out to eat once a week at Mexican or Chili's.
Sometimes we're like, what kind of cool places are you going to eat?
We're
We just
pretty-
usually stick to what we like and what we know.
Yeah.
Which is cheap Mexican restaurants.
Oh, cheap Chinese buffet.
Cheap Chinese buffets and Chili's. It's like, where'd you go to? You went to this like exquisite, awesome place. Where'd you eat at? Chili's.
How do you get mail? So right now we use my parents' address, and if they need to send us anything, they can just take pictures and send it our way. For the most part, like all our bills and stuff are paid online, so it's not a big deal.
Next question.
How often to the dump, to the dump, to the dump, dump, dump?
What they mean is how often do we have to dump our tanks, which is a very personal question, but we'll answer it. Probably on average once every 10-ish days.
Yeah.
Just depending on what we eat. Chili's.
How often, like how much we're in the RV?
Yeah.
Like sometimes we
Or
might
that.
go and explore, and so we're like out for a whole
Pooping
day.
everywhere else.
Okay, how is your solar panel working for you?
That's also your expertise.
It works. It only works when the sun is out. So like today we're not getting any. It gives us a little bit more time on our batteries without having to run our generator, which uses gas. So
We still run our generator occasionally throughout the day, just if we use AC power like blender or
the air conditioner,
Or
hair dryer.
Look at this girl, y'all. She
Shut up.
This girl fine. Next question.
What's your favorite thing about this new adventure? So, I was gonna say my favorite thing is like getting to see so much and do so much, but in reality, my favorite thing is just having you with us all the time.
Hey,
Kanan was always on.
I get it. I get that.
I've got muscles anytime I need them to carry groceries and what?
What else?
All the other stuff.
Words of affirmation. Y'all just hit me with them.
It's nice. It's really nice having you around.
My favorite thing, I guess, is having you around all the time.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I love you. Look who woke up!
You woke up fast. Are you sure you got your nap out? You see the
You
camera?
want to be in the video?
Do you have a good nap? Yeah. Last question.
This was asked by multiple people, but how do you make money on the road? And how much money do you make? I'm just kidding. Nobody asked how much money. The actual answer to that question is we don't know. Before we launched, we tried to set ourselves up as best as we could for success before we even left. So we sold our condo, had some money from that.
You played a ton of gigs.
Yeah, played a ton of weddings, events, parties. Every chance I could get, I was playing and just putting back all that money. We bought the Jeep cash, so we don't have a payment for that. And when we sold our condo, we moved in with our friends for no rent.
And so then that gave us...
It gave us a cushion to start, to like give us time to like iron out the details of how we were going to make money.
So we wouldn't be stressed as soon as we left. Like we wanted to just like figure this thing out.
How we do make money, definitely involving music. We talked a little bit earlier about the pandemic kind of put a hold on playing live events, but I do also write songs. I can do that pretty much from anywhere and deliver them to clients and people who hire me to do that. So songs for businesses, brands, social media, that kind of thing. But I've also started writing songs for just regular old people. And so for like weddings, so if you want your first dance song or your song, it could be for an anniversary, anything like that. Personal songs for people that hopefully are good songs. So I've started writing a few just by word of mouth. I haven't really put any effort into marketing that idea, but I'm mentioning it now. So if you would like one, tell me.
Send
and then the next video that we make, how do you make money? I write songs for people, and that'll be easier to answer. Also, we got income tax and stimulus package.
That is
Those
true.
helped.
Those did not hurt.
I think that concludes the question and answer video. Hopefully you enjoyed all the answers that we gave. That's the end. Let's do the YouTube thing like, bye! You got questions, we got answers. Who's Elton John? He's a tiny little dancer. Did you hear that?
I did.
That's the intro.